What's hiding underneath things can be scary. Underwater, under your bed, especially what's under your carpet. Except when you get new carpet from Carpet One Floor and Home. After tearing up your old carpet, they'll vacuum and apply Health Annex antimicrobial to your subfloor, disinfecting and killing mold, mildew, and any remaining general awfulness. Carpet One Floor and Home goes the extra mile to protect you, your family, and your home. Carpet One Floor and Home in Columbia, making your home beautiful, guaranteed.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, December the 1st, the first day of December, as we count down to the Christmas holidays. Good to have you with us today. My friend ROB CROUSE is sitting across the studio from me, Capital City Productions, and you were reminiscing before we went on the air. Capital City Productions, or Capital City Players, been around for about 30 years now, right?
Right.
You want to tell that story quickly?
Well, 2021, we're doing the first show we ever did, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. I had talked the Ramada Inn owners into taking a chance on a dinner theater, but they wouldn't give us any place to rehearse. So one of our cast members and her husband had bought the old funeral home, and they let us rehearse in the viewing room where a lot of people in the cast had relatives laid out.
Right.
But they couldn't afford to heat it, and it was December, so we're all rehearsing in heavy coats.
So this was 30 years ago.
So that's how we began. And at that point in time, the paper, we had to fight with the paper to get them to put the word whorehouse in the paper. They wanted to put a blank in there.
They wouldn't promote the production of the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
They wanted to put a blank in there, and then some of our pictures that were suggestive, they refused to use those. I mean, you have to remember, this is back 30 years ago,
Yeah.
and so in Jeff City, and we were scheduled to do 4 shows, and we ended up doing 14. They kept
had
selling.
so many people.
They kept selling out and selling out.
And this was in Jefferson City. I think the first time I saw the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas was at a University Theater.
Uh-huh.
That probably was about 35
Right.
years ago then, too.
And you know, the Chicken Ranch still exists.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
they're suspended operations at the brothel in Las Vegas because of COVID-19 right now.
Right.
But they will reopen.
We're not promoting that, okay? But no.
No, but
what
this is the start of the Chicken Ranch in LaGrange, Texas,
Right.
which the religious people managed.
What was that guy's name?
At that time,
he was
Melvin P. Thorpe.
Melvin P. Thorpe,
is the
right.
evangelist, and the reason it got the name of the Chicken Ranch was in the Depression they didn't have any money, so the customers would trade chickens for services.
Yeah. So you're doing the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. When is it running?
January 14th through the 16th, 4 performances.
Okay.
And-
Unless you have to put in extra performances.
Well, it would be nice if we had to put in extra performances, but it's going to be so much fun to relive that from 30 years ago with a great cast.
All right. So it's January the 14th
through the 16th.
15th and through the 16th. Okay.
Right.
And how do people get tickets?
Call 573-681-9612, or you can text it, or you can select your own seats at www.ccpjc.org.
Okay, you got it. Thank you so much, ROB CROUSE, for coming back. And thank you for sharing the early days of Capital City
We have
production.
come a long way, Paul.
Yeah, you have. Now you've got your own theater.
Yes.
Going from rehearsing in a cold funeral home for your very first show. All right. Pleasure having you here. Stay healthy.
Thank
okay?
you.
Thank you.
I will.
All
you
right.
too.
Okay, so we go from talking about musical theater to health insurance. That's not quite as exciting, but it's important. And I want to introduce you to Scott Miniea. Scott is with the claims program. Good to have you here, Scott.
Thank you, Paul.
You provide a very important service to our listeners and viewers in Central Missouri. Explain what the claims program is and what you do.
Sure. CLAIM is a SHIP program, a state insurance, health insurance assistance program. So we help people with Medicare across the state understand what their benefits are and make good choices. And so today I was hoping to share a story with you about the Part D open enrollment, D for drugs, right? It's the big prescription drug plan open enrollment period, and it ends in a week. So December 7th is the last day that you can make a change for 2021. And so I was actually working with a client yesterday, and when this is someone who's had Medicare since 2006, I think, and had never looked at plans before and compared, even though I had talked to her about it. She was 70 years old, had traditional Medicare, like I mentioned, and I asked why she never looked, and she said, well, I don't have to pay anything. And I said, oh, really? That's interesting. And so we logged into her account on mymedicare.gov, and we looked at the 7 medications that she's on that come right through the system because the claims of Medicare are in there. And so we compared using her actual drugs and her situation. Her current plan was $88.70 a month. That's the premium, right? And it had a $0 deductible, which is like, wow, that's really sounds good. And then I asked, well, you don't pay anything, but what about your Social Security check? Your Social Security check has your Medicare premiums deducted from it. And she said, oh, yeah, I guess that's true. And so I said, well, let's just look and see what the options are. There were 28 plans in her area, which differ by zip code. And when we did that, we looked at the estimated drug total, and we looked at her monthly premium cost, which is personalized to her drugs that she takes. We looked at the pharmacies that she likes to go to, and the 2 plans that we were comparing were the one that she would automatically go into, and the lowest cost one that was offered to her, all things being equal, same medication, same pharmacy, etc. In one plan, her cost was $270 for a year. In the other plan, it was $1,490 for a year. Which, that's a big difference. And you'll guess which one is the one that she was in, the $1,490. So by doing the comparison, she goes takes the same drug, same doctor, same pharmacy, and she saved about $1,200 in 2021 just by making that comparison.
So that is that taking the money that you would be paying for your Medicare, taken out of your Social Security check, so that actually lowers your Medicare premium?
Right, and every situation is different, and you want to look at the drugs that you're taking because her medications, she's with 7 things. There can be some that are more expensive on certain plans and things. In her case, though, I'm kind of partial to this one because it's my mom, and she finally let me look hers up for her. And
so your mom was putting off letting you look it up, and you ended up saving.
the last two believe you, right?
Okay.
And Scott, so the key thing is mainly just to give us a call at our 800.
What's the 800 number?
800-390-3330, and in the next week,
and it's all free of charge. It's free of charge, and you have till December
7th is the last day you can enroll.
Pearl Harbor Day.
Yes.
All right. 800-390-3330. It makes me want to call you and check it out there, too.
We can look.
Okay. Scott, thank you so much. If we're out of time for today, something you'd like to hear or see, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu.